Well, as I told the guys, I've had some good wins over the course of my career. Coached a lot of special teams, and I don't know that I've been as proud of a group as I am right now. Finally won a game with Tim Brando in the building. We were 0 for Brando leading up to this, so
I just wanted to make sure that we were clear.
We're good now. We're good now. But
have a great one. I'll see you in 7.
Thanks, Tim. You know, we competed. We showed a lot of grit. You know, if you're going to be successful against Villanova, you can't turn it over and give them runouts. You got to find a way to hang it in the boards, and you got to have toughness. And I thought we did all three just good enough. And you know, we had 3 freshmen out there a lot. They grew up a lot tonight. You know, and I really thought, I told Marcus coming off the floor, you know, his unselfishness and ability to get everybody involved early. You know, they had 15 points at the TV timeout, but so did we. You know, if we're playing selfish basketball, it's 15-6 or 15-7, and we got an uphill battle. But I just thought he made a lot of great plays for his teammates and hit a big 3 at the end of the half to give us a little momentum. So, you know, 68-60 with 4.5 to go. We take the timeout. We go on a 9-0 run. Those don't happen without defense and rebounding and some grit. So, really, really proud of our basketball team. We beat one of the best teams in the country.
Questions for the student athletes first.
Yeah, just Marcus, at that moment, Matt calls a timeout with about 4 minutes to go, and you're down 8. It seems like they kind of, I'm sure, were feeling pretty confident. What changed?
I think how we came to the huddle. You know, usually when we play Nova like that, get down like that, that's when they usually take over and carry up the league. But I think we were calm. A lot of people knew the game was going to go back and forth, and just having the defensive mindset we had that we were going to get stops, get the rebound, and go on the other end and score, it made it a lot easier for us. So, you know, I think our mindset changed throughout timeouts this time. I think instead of worried about the score, we were worried about playing through media timeouts, which helped us out a lot.
Talked yesterday about what you noticed in the locker room with the players' interaction with each other without the coaches around, and how it was after the Butler game. And then you find out today Ronnie's not going to play, and you have Villanova on the other side of the floor. What did you see in the locker room around your teammates, just how they were responding to the situation they were dealt with?
When we got to the locker room today, I just seen a lot of people just have that look in their eye like they're ready to step up tonight, you know. I remember just seeing Tyshawn he usually, you know, Tyshawn, I'd always mess with him about being nervous before games, and tonight he was just sitting in his locker, just sitting there locked in, and I knew he was ready to have a big night tonight, do whatever it took. And, you know, talking last night, you know, we didn't expect Ronnie to be out, but we had a little team meeting last night, and I think guys really put some good things out there, and they were honest with themselves. You know, people admitted that they were in the wrong about how we were playing, but, you know, guys knew we had to fix it, and we got out there and we fixed it tonight. I mean, I think with Ronnie that would have helped us, but that mindset we had last night leaving that team meeting with we're going to come out and do whatever it takes. I mean, that's what was going to happen tonight for us.
That said, Marcus, how many instances today did you guys just feel gassed and tired and like had to have that moment where you sort of will yourself to keep pushing?
Honestly, the second half, there was a lot of moments for me. I just had that moment where, you know, I'm like, this is the same feeling I've had where, you know, I'm tired and teams take that run. And I kept fighting it. Like I told Coach Mack, you know, this week when we met, I have to fight fatigue. You know, I can't let fatigue win over me. So my new battle is I'm just going to fight it. Every time it comes, I'm just going to keep fighting it and, you know, recover the next day.
How did you get through your responsibilities, your workload today, knowing that, I mean, obviously you know if Ronnie's not playing, you're going to have to battle Spellman and Haskell and all the bigs they can throw at you as a 6'5" wing player.
Yeah, like you said, obviously we didn't know Ronnie was going to be out, and me and D-Rock were talking about it before the game, just be aggressive on the defensive rebounds and crashing offensively because obviously we missed a lot of rebounds with Ronnie being out. So I basically just tried to make up for that gap and just do what he does and try and get the rebounds and just bring in another set of, like, more intensity to when I came in. So just play hard and do what I needed to do. And like Coach Mack said, like with the grit, just – we talked in film this week, just don't miss box outs because that one box out could, I mean, obviously lose the game for us. I had some in the past, so I'm just trying to limit those and just do what I need to do to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, take us through that. I think you had a 3 there late in regulation. Marcus found you. Maybe take us through that play. What did you see? It looked like Jalen almost got a hand on it.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I was kind of surprised it got to me, honestly.
You know, I'm an elite passer.
Right. Right. Well, Jalen was up in the gap a little high, and Marcus was sizing up his guy, and then he just saw me, and then obviously he's an elite passer, so he made the play, and I just had the confidence to knock it down, and it's I'm really appreciative of him for that, because obviously he makes a lot of big shots and can make a lot of big plays and win games for us, like at DePaul. So he had that faith in us just to knock down the shot, so I just stepped up and hit it.
Did you guys, I guess, either one of you feel like coming back to the huddle after regulation that, you know, it was 72-71, you went to the free throw line, missed the front end, fouled the rebound. Like, did you feel like you were letting it slip away? Did you feel like you missed an opportunity to finish it there? And how did you avoid, I guess, beating yourselves up over that situation to get ready for that?
Yeah, definitely. I was glad he missed that first free throw when I fouled him down there. But, you know, when it went to overtime, you know, usually I'm more of like, we got to go to overtime. But tonight I was like, let's play 5 more minutes. Let's get it. I'm gonna sit down and guard. So when that overtime hit, I just try to keep that same mindset that I've been having all game. I just got to do whatever it takes to get over the hump so my teammates and I can get this win.
2 more for these guys.
I guess Marcus, just from a soaking in the moment and enjoying a game like that, how much fun was it to play in that atmosphere? And then obviously getting the win's great, but just that feeling. Describe your feeling tonight as it was going down.
Oh yeah, that feeling's amazing. You know, just sitting in the locker room, I just couldn't stop smiling just because I'm so happy how we won the game and how I had 2 home games left and now I got 1, and it's just all ending how we wanted to. And you know, we've been talking about it for these past 3 games, what we got to do, and we go out there and we don't do it. But it feels so good for us to talk about it, get a plan in practice, and go to the game and execute what we talked about. So it's a great feeling right now. I'm excited for us.
Any last question?
I guess, Mitch, in the other part of Ronnie's role is obviously in ball screens and kind of making plays for others. And, you know, with you playing this position tonight, that was kind of diverted to you. What did you see how maybe exploit some things in Villanova?
Yeah, I know that.
Guys, good looks, and Jacob learned to
Right. Offensively, we were small, obviously, because I'm not 6'5", like you said. But offensively, we can create mismatches with, whether it's Toby popping on a pick and roll or whether it's Jake rolling. And once you just get downhill, then everything's open up. And then if the bottom guy just stays with Jake and kick it out for a 3, and they'll knock it down. But then I think they went late. Late in the game, they went small to try and because our being small was helping us out, and just Jake was rolling well, so I just flipped it up to him, and he was doing the rest with it. So it was good exploiting mismatches like that. So we could it's hard to guard when you have 4 guards and then a guy that can play above the rim. So.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll continue with questions for Coach McDermott.
So when you found out Ronnie was a big play, then what was going through your mind heading into the game? What was your mindset?
After I threw up or before? Yeah, I got that call this morning about 9 o'clock. And, the good news is, my first concern was obviously, is Ronnie going to be okay? They didn't know if it was a blood clot, what it was. It turns out it's just a pretty severe infection in his foot that's going to have to be treated with antibiotics for a few days. But, you preach next man up all the time. And, fortunately for us, because of Martine's injury, Mitch has been playing a lot of the power forward position. So in terms of him understanding what to do offensively, defensively, he had that down. And he looked nervous sitting over there. I looked at him during starting lineups, but, he got that first 3 to go. And he's got unbelievable savvy. And, there was a lot of connects from him to Jacob tonight or this afternoon that were pretty critical to our success. And there's going to be a lot more of those in the future.
Is it too early to say how quickly?
Yeah, it is. We hope a day or 2 he's back, but you know, we'd love to have him back Tuesday, obviously.
I guess in that situation, down six, Villanova up 68-60 with 3:40 something to go. That's usually a game they turn into a 20-point win. What did you say to the guys in the huddle to get them?
Well, we talked about one possession at a time. Like, you know, sometimes you've watched Marcus play. He likes to hit home runs. And we just talked about, like, the only way to get this thing even is a score and a stop, a score and a stop. And, you know, we were able to do that and cut it to 3 right away. They took the timeout, and then, you know, we were able to score 4 more before they got another one on the board. So, yeah, we've really talked about the gritty parts of the game really since that Marquette game, the second half. You know, the fighting the dribble and, you know, maintaining a box out. Don't just turn and be there. Turn and make a difference. And, you know, some of our ball toughness stuff that's resulted in some turnovers that don't need to be turnovers if you're just a little tougher with the ball. So we've worked on those things, and, you know, it certainly paid off today. It's not something you normally work on March 1st. You'd like to think that was instilled in your team, but for whatever reason we got away from it, and you know, we spent a good week in practice getting back to it, and it paid off today.
Is there anything special that you can say to the guys to kind of keep them going and keep fighting, or is that just?
I'm just real. I mean, obviously they're tired, and you know, I'm just incredibly proud of them. And you know, I told them at the start of overtime, hey, it's, you know, you get to play 5 more minutes in the greatest game of your life. So let's enjoy it. Let's go out and let's throw some punches. And you know, we felt we had a little mismatch with Jake running to the rim, and obviously they had the mismatch in the high post with Jake trying to guard Pascal. But you know, our guys fought, and we had some young guys out there on a huge stage, a big stage, and they performed extremely well. Davion almost gets a triple-double. You know, Jake was outstanding. Mitch was outstanding. Tyshawn comes in, plays some good defense in the end, and then obviously Marcus and Taz are our go-to guys, and they were really special today.
Your reaction watching that possession that it looked like all 10 guys were kind of fighting for their lives on that rebound that Kyrie comes squirting out of. I know eventually they tied it up and went to overtime, but I mean, that possession, did you see something different that you haven't seen in a while out of your guys in that possession?
Yeah, the ball usually ended up with the other team. You know, that's we haven't got a lot of bounces. You know, the games, there's toughness and there's grit, and then you need a little luck. Like, you know, we had a couple of air balls against Marquette that ended up in their hands and get kicked out. It's hard to rebound an air ball because you're expecting it to hit the rim, and you know, but there was 10 guys in that fight on the play you're talking about, and we came out with it, and that's what you have to do. You can't be ordinary and beat Villanova.
Oh yeah, just with Jacob, I think you went with him at the end, and you mentioned it, but you went with him at the end of regulation and in overtime. Maybe what did you see, and how do you think he responded to that?
Well, he obviously responded great. You know, the problem with Jacob right now is obviously we're doing some things better when he's on the floor, offensively in particular, and defensively, while he's not quite there in our ball screen coverage, he provides some protection at the rim that we don't have otherwise. But it's hard for him to do it more than 2.5 or 3 minutes. So that's the balancing act I'm trying to play. Now, with every passing game, every practice, you know, does he add 15 or 20 seconds to that stretch where he can go and still be effective? So, you know, when you think about he was redshirted, you know, how long ago? 3 weeks ago? And now he's playing against the number 2 or 3 team in the country and having an impact. It's a pretty incredible story.
2 more for Coach.
Davion's had some, maybe it's hard to say if tonight was his best game, but I mean, considering the stage, the circumstances, what you guys were facing as far as, you know, how difficult rebounding was going to be tonight for him to kind of contribute in the ways that he did.
You know, he made a few mistakes like we all did, but I thought he fought. And he didn't allow, and we talked about it all week. Against Villanova, you lose because of their runs. You know, at their place, it's a 5-point game with, 12 to go, and all of a sudden they hit us with a 15-0 run in 2 minutes. And we're down 20. And now you're fighting the rest of the game trying to get back in. And if you watch the Xavier game, they hit them with a run early at their place. And we talked about it all week. Just avoid the runs. And to avoid runs, you have to get over a mistake, and you got to move on to the next play. And I thought Davion did that tonight. When he made a mistake, he was back. You know, if he left his feet one possession, he stayed down and fought the dribble the next one. And obviously he was really gritty on the defensive glass.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting when you think about the game. I mean, when you guys break it down, there are going to be a lot of mistakes in the way that regulation ended. You probably don't want that to happen, but yeah, to be able to pull it out regardless of that or in spite of that,
you know,
it says something about your team, doesn't it?
You'd like to think the basketball gods even things out over time. And, you know, I think somebody was watching down over us on that missed free throw by DiVincenzo. I mean, he's a 80-some% free throw shooter on the year. But, you know, we lost one here that we probably should have won, you know. And, you know, so you hope when that happens that it doesn't repeat itself, that sooner or later it'll even itself out. And we got a break that he missed that, and it gave us an opportunity to get to overtime. And you know, and Marcus got to the rim at the end of regulation. Exactly. I mean, they made a heck of a play to block that shot. So, you know, he did what we wanted him to do. It's just really, really proud of our team and proud of our fans. You know, there aren't many places we've had a tough 10 days. And to have 18,300 show up when the weather's not good outside, I mean, there's no place like it in college basketball.
Thank you.